It's your boy Smoke Block T, the Milkman, the Soakman, and we always back with another video. And if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe. And make sure you like this video so I can get in the algorithm more, so you can help me out, so I can push my content out there to new people. But today is my birthday. As far as right now, I'm recording is June 6th, Sunday. So yo, y'all go wish me a happy birthday down below in the comments. I deeply appreciate it. But yo, we are doing a sleepers video, my top 3 sleepers of this year. And this video is to focus on the players that's not really talked about much, the players that's not really mentioned or not really brung up in most conversations. And the first thing we're going to start off with this video is the honorable mentions, as we do with every top 3 list. We're going to start off with our honorable mentions, guys who are low-key going to crack this list just a bit. But as far as honorable mentions, my first honorable mentions is Little Jordan Humphrey. Now, I'm still on the Little Jordan Humphrey bandwagon to this day, and I think he's still my sleeper. He was in my video last year, and look, he's going to get even more opportunity with Jawan Johnson switching to tight end. Usually we have about 5 receivers on game day, so you know, Lil Jordan Humphrey can get some reps, and this even creates some more opportunities for most of the wide receiver depth. But you know, Lil Jordan Humphrey has been my favorite wide receiver on this team for pretty much about since he came in the league, because Lil Jordan Humphrey's versatility is the one that gets me all the time. You know, he can return the ball for you. He mostly operates in the slot. He has reliable hands. One thing he's willing to do is block, and Lil Jordan Humphrey is a very good blocker. And another thing about Lil Jordan Humphrey makes him very good is his yards after catch. And he always fights for those yards. And you know, I think Lil Jordan Humphrey is going to be a very solid player. I think Jameis Winston can do pretty well with Lil Jordan Humphrey in the system. But let's get on to the next one. Let me know about that. But my another honorable mentions is Lawrence Woods from Truman State, the player we got out of the UDFA. The only reason why I'm saying he's a sleeper is because what he can contribute on special teams, and I think he will make the team because of that. Lawrence Woods is a very good special teams player. One thing he thrives in is in the return game. He punt returns for you, kick returns for you. He's a very good gunner. Only a few people in this league can really do what he can do. I give him like a Cordell Patterson comparison as far as like special teams player, but you know, he's going to be a very good replacement for Justin Hardy, because Justin Hardy produced a lot on special teams, you know, and I think Lawrence Woods can low-key replace it. You know, Lawrence Woods is a very good special teams player, and I think Lawrence Woods is a low-key sleeper. You know, watch out for Lawrence Woods. But next up, we have Keith Washington Jr. from West Virginia. We had gotten him last year from the UDFA pool. And you know, Keith Washington Jr. didn't really get the opportunities he was supposed to get. When he finally did get the opportunity, he did catch C19 along with the other running backs and stuff. DJ Swearinger and Grant Haley took his spot as far as the slot corner. And Grant Haley showed up. He did very good at that spot. But you know, I think Keith Washington Jr. didn't really have the opportunities last year, but he does now with preseason being back. So you know, Keith Washington Jr. is my sleeper. We did sign him to like a future reserve contract, so you know, watch out for Keith Washington Jr. this season in general. But yo, y'all let me know about that. But next up, I have Tanoa Pasanoa from the Kansas City Chiefs, who we acquired this offseason. One of the 3 free agents that we acquired this offseason. And Tanoa Pasanoa is what I would say a steal. Tanoa Pasanoa was a low-cost, high-reward type of signing. He's still very much 26 years old. He still has something to prove. You know, his best year was 2019, where he contributed to that Super Bowl team. He put up 4 sacks with a total of 16 pressures. So you know, Tanoa Pasanoa, he can play interior, he can play the outside. You know, Tanoa Pasanoa, I think he's going to have a solid season this year. But that's my sleeper. But my last honorable mention is Peyton Turner. As far as sleepers, Peyton Turner out of Houston. Now, the only reason why I'm putting Peyton Turner as a sleeper, he's coming in his rookie year. I don't think he's going to get as much reps as he should be getting, but you know, I think, in my gut feeling, I think he's going to have a tremendous year this season. But you know, he still has a lot of room to grow. Still a project in my opinion, but you know, Peyton Turner is a sleeper. I think when his name will get called, I think Peyton Turner will show up. But y'all let me know about that. That's a bold take. That's a lot of bold takes, but you know, y'all let me know about that. But my notable names, let me give you my notable names, guys who kind of cracked the honorable mentions. Marquez Callaway. Now, look, the only reason why I'm doing this because I don't think Marquez Callaway is a sleeper. I have him breaking out this season. I don't think he's a sleeper to us in general. I think as far as the media wise, he's not really bring up in multiple conversation. We bring him up all the time. I think Marquez Callaway is going to break out this season. He's going to have a terrific season, but I don't think he's a sleeper in my opinion, you know. Hopefully y'all know what I mean, but you know, let's get on to Jaylen Mccleskey, who I think is going to possibly have a sleeper season, and he's going to have a bit of a opportunity this season. As far as most of the guys on this roster, you know, he's going to have preseason to showcase what he can do. And you know, you have Quan Baker's another guy. I say he's kind of a sleeper. I don't think he will get the reps this season, but like I said, most of these guys have a lot to prove within preseason, so you know they would have the chance in there. And Lorenzo Neal Jr. is another guy who's in those notable names as far as sleepers inside the interior defensive line. He should be in the honorable mentions, but you know, let's get on to the next one. But in my top three, my number three, I have Granderson being my number three sleeper of this season, and I have him breaking out this season. Granderson had a quiet 5 sacks last year, and he went pretty under the radar last year, and he's going pretty under the radar this year. You know, Granderson showed flashes in the Kansas City game, getting pressure. He did get 11 pressures this season. You know, Granderson has a lot of potential. I like that he has some go-to moves. You saw his bend last year against the Chiefs game. You saw he was causing turnovers. He equipped a spin move to his arsenal. So I like Granderson, and I think he can do really serious business next year, especially with the departure of Trey Hendrickson. He's bound to be a sleeper and a breakout player for me. At number 2, I have Zach Bond being here at number 2 as him being a sleeper, and I low-key had him as a breakout player. You know, Zach Bond didn't really have the best rookie season. I believe he put up about 15 tackles on special team and had some reps on the defensive side, but I'm not going to really blame Zach Bond, you know. But with Zach Bond coming from a 3-4 Wisconsin defense, mainly as a pass rusher, he's coming into a new role, and I don't really blame him for not really having the best rookie season, you know. But I do think Zach Bond is going to bounce back. We did bring in Pete Warner, but you know, Zach Bond showed some flashes last year against the 49ers with that hit. And that Panthers play that I just have on the screen right now, Zach Bond's a very smart player, has high motor, he's very athletic. You know, I like Zach Bond. I think he's going to be a sleeper. But for number one is the guy on the thumbnail, and it's automatically Jawan Johnson, who's going to be the sleeper coming into this season because he switched his position to tight end. I was either waiting for one of the two to switch to tight end. It was between Little Jordan Humphrey and Jawan Johnson, and one of them came true, which was Jawan Johnson. And I'm excited for this move because this opens the offense even more, and this offense is more lethal than what it is because Jawan Johnson is a guy with a very good catch radius. He can catch those 50-50 balls. He's going to be a mismatch for most linebackers. You know, Jawan Johnson's name was called last season, but he did make some plays when his name was called. But you know, Jawan Johnson is going to be spectacular at the tight end position, and I really like this move. This adds more depth at the tight end position. This creates more opportunities for the wide receivers to get some reps, you know. But look at this 2 tight end formation. You're going to have Adam Trautman, then you're going to have Jawan Johnson, and then you're going to have your X and Michael Thomas, and then your Z and Traquan Smith, and then you have Jameis Winston, you have Alvin Kamara. But you know, this is my sleeper list. Y'all let me know about what y'all sleeper list is. I got Peyton Turner, Rozelle Winters, Truly Greens, and Jeremiah Jones, who's in the community posts all the time. Shout out to y'all. But yo, for the ones who's curious, last year I had Adam Trautman as my sleeper, Lil Jordan Humphrey, who I had the second time, and Kaden Ellis. But yo, that was just to let y'all know what I had last year. But yo, next week I'm finna drop this free agents that are still available video. I might drop it this week, and who knows, you know. Let me know down below in the comments. Being Bush Smokers RT, subscribe. Who that? Thank you for watching. We out here.
I love you, ocean, I swim in it. Slaughter you black and we been in it. We'll put the pie, we whipping it. All of my brothers be whipping it. All of my brothers be whipping it. I'm finna kiss me a vibe, yeah, yeah. You can just stay for the night, yeah, yeah. I buy you something right, yeah, yeah. She can move into my time, yeah, yeah. Why you be wasting my